Good morning. You're watching PA Harness Week. From the horses to the trainers, drivers, and big money races, we have it all on racing's fastest paced half hour. I'm Charlotte McBride, joined by Heather Vitale.
I am so psyched about today's show. It's going to be a great episode, and we're going to be really busy.
We have so much going on this week's show. Here's what you can expect. We'll take a look at some of the top Pennsylvania Sire Stakes races, plus the very best of the Stallion Series from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. And you don't want to miss a world record in Del Miller Stakes. We'll also talk with Corey Callahan on what it's like to drive a horse from another country that you've never seen in a race here before. Plus, you'll get a lesson on safety and how to hook up a sulky before a race. Let's begin our show with the PA Sire Stakes races. On Saturday from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, there were 5 great divisions. We're going to highlight 3 on this week's show. The first race we're going to get to from the PA Sire Stakes was race number 4. The favorite was Proof.
They are underway. Branchino with a quick start, bolting to the front and stepping away by 3 lengths just a few steps in. On the inside, Volleyball Beach into second. Warwe Unique settling third with Proof right in behind him. 6 off the pace in fourth. After that, Bring the Thunder, Brassy Hanover sixth, and Harrah Hanover is the trailer. And now from the pocket, a quick move by Volleyball Beach to take the lead away from Branchino as they round the turn and get to the quarter in 27 even. Quick opening panel for the freshman, and Volleyball Beach on top now. George Napolitano Jr. playing the aggressor with this one, as Branchino is now a loose pocket, a length and 3/4 back. Inside, Warwe Unique. Then it's the 1-2 favorite Proof coming off a win in his debut. He's 5 back for Morrill. Following that, Bring the Thunder in 5th, and Brassy Hanover, Harrah Hanover. Everybody staying in through the front stretch and around the turn, and they're all chasing Volleyball Beach at the half mile in 55-3, 28-3 second panel into the wind. So imposing fractions here for Volleyball Beach, and still going along well without much urging. Branchino gets closer again in the pocket. Another length back to third, and Warwe Unique, and now Proof first over with a charge for Morrill, and picking up that cover, Bring the Thunder also on the move. Brassy Hanover is third over 6th in the trailer. Harrah Hanover 8 off the pace. It's Volleyball Beach by a length and a half, 3/4, 123 and 328 even. Third panel, Volleyball Beach the lead down to 3 parts of a length as Proof continues to improve. Branchino energized again in the pocket, and Bring the Thunder following the cover comes winging out wide. Top of the stretch, Volleyball Beach the lead. Proof right up on his outside. Inside, Branchino out wide. Bring the Thunder. Proof taking on Volleyball Beach, has a slight lead. Bring the Thunder trying to get to Proof, but Proof will get it done first over.
Proof wins in a 152-2 with Jim Morrill Jr. in the bike for 2017 Trainer of the Year, Brian Brown. And of course, as the favorite, Proof does not disappoint. In fact, he's making his parents very proud. He is the son of A Rocknroll Dance, who's a world champion, and he's the second foal out of the multi-stakes award-winning mare, Ginger and Fred.
And coming up right now, we have more Sire Stakes action. This one, a great horse from trainer Brian Brown. Take a look.
And they are underway. Air Force Hanover starting well. A half length in front of Captain Malicious on his inside, comes up to challenge. Center of the track, Blacklight also coming up as Captain Malicious now at the pylons takes the lead. Past the 8th there, Sugar Shock is 4th, followed by B.O. Joe. Milano Hanover is the trailer, and he is 9 off the pace, being set by Captain Malicious, and towards the back of the pack, a V.O. Joe in off stride. Captain Malicious the leader to the quarter, 25-3, really being sent early by Ray Schnitker, and now he'll desperately need to rate here, even though Captain Malicious, the second choice, coming off a second in his debut. Pocket seat for Air Force Hanover. That's the even money favorite, in a good spot for Allard behind the hot pace. 2 back to third, and Blacklight, another length and a half to Sugar Shock 4th, followed by Milano Hanover and V.O. Joe out of it after the break of stride. Captain Malicious at the half in 54-3, 29 even second panel. So second panel was more reasonable, but overall a very fast opening half for Captain Malicious. Up by a length, still right there in the pocket is Air Force Hanover. A length and a half to third, and Blacklight, Sugar Shock 4th. Everybody still hugging the pylons. Milano Hanover 5th, V.O. Joe still well back on the back stretch. Captain Malicious leading the way by a length. Air Force Hanover content to wait in the pocket to the 3/4 pole, 123-1, 28-3, third panel. Captain Militia still there. Air Force Hanover poised in the pocket. Black Light still saving some ground there in third. Further back to Sugar Shock. Top of the stretch, Captain Malicious on top. Air Force Hanover now pulls for Simon Allard. Captain Malicious still there by a length. Air Force Hanover gathering momentum on the outside. Air Force Hanover pulls up even. Captain Malicious trying to hold on, but Air Force Hanover.
Like the Air Force says, aim high, and that is exactly what this colt does. He wins in 152. Now that's a seasonal best for 2-year-olds on a 5/8 mile oval. In the sulky, behind this son of some beach somewhere, is Simon Allard. For again, trainer Brian Brown wins this one. Also, big props to Captain Malicious, who did the work on the front.
And now we have the last Sire Stakes race of the evening. It's a good one, and it features the winningest driver in the world.
They are underway. And a tight start here in center of track. Los Cielos Deo firing inside Ermintrout, in between Union Station, far outside Lyons Johnny Jr. They are 4 across. Ermintrout holding position at the pylons. No Massa Moore moving to 5th and shifting to the inside. Then 2 back to Bayonet. The early trailer is Duddy's Lure. Now it's Union Station taking over, but Los Cielos Deo right up on his flank. The field of 7 hustling around that turn to the quarter in 27-3. Now's when that strong wind is helping him on the front stretch, as Los Cielos Deo takes over the lead as the 1-5 favorite, coming off the win in his debut. And on the outside, his stablemate No Massa Moore is applying the pressure for Anthony Napolitano. It's Union Station in the loose pocket third, 2 back to Ermintrout fourth, followed by Lyons Johnny Jr. Around the turn 6th now is Bayonet, Duddy's Lure at the back, and No Massa Moore has cleared Los Cielos Deo at the half in 54-3, 27 even second panel. No Massa Moore opening the lead up to 2.5 lengths. Now Los Cielos Deo looks to respond, and he is moving back up on the leader. Those top 2 have drawn away by 6 from their closest foe. Ermintrout moving into third, past the struggling Union Station. On the outside, Lyons Johnny Jr. still hasn't fired his best 5th. And then Bayonet and Duddy's Lure. Up front, No Massa Moore the lead, but once again there is Los Cielos Deo, 3/4, 124 even, 29-2 into the wind on the back. It's still No Massa Moore, but on the outside, Los Cielos Deo gathering momentum again. Ermintrout is 3 back third, way back to Duddy's Lure fourth. Top of the stretch, Los Cielos Deo took the turn a bit rough there. No Massa Moore still with the lead inside Ermintrout, but no matter, Los Cielos Deo hitting top speed late.
Los Cielos Deo.
Good job.
Yeah, my Spanish not so good, but Siri tells me that this horse's name is Of Heaven, which you gotta love. Yeah, in the driver's seat is Dave Pallone, who just happens to be the winningest driver in harness racing history with over 18,400 wins. Now, he usually drives at the Meadows and near Pittsburgh. It doesn't do a lot of driving at Pocono, but when the world's biggest trainer, Ron Burke, calls you up and says, dude, I need you to drive my horses at Pocono on Saturday.
Do it.
Yeah, it's like, what time is first race post, right? Exactly. So they get the job done in 152-4.
We have a lot more coming up on this week's show. Coming up from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, more on the PA Stallion Series. Plus, we're going to show you how to hook up a horse to a sulky. It's kind of confusing, but it's very interesting. It's all coming up.
This is a smallish horse, so I'm going to hook her on 4 from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, changing lives since 1976 by providing unforgettable experiences while educating young racing fans. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, hands-on equine learning at camps across the country and driving exhibitions. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, providing scholarships, leadership programs, career and college information. Support the Harness Horse Youth Foundation. Log on to hhyf.org and find us on Facebook. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, growing our future with enthusiasm.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. Well, we've all seen the horses in action, but have you ever wondered what goes on before the horse hits the track? Specifically, how the horse hooks up to the sulky? Well, we have enlisted the help of an expert to help us figure it out in this special how-to.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ingrassia. Today we're going to show you how we hook up the quick hitch race bike. It's a lot different to when I started in the business. When I started in the business, all harnesses were leather, which was high maintenance, and the shafts on the race bike were a lot longer simply because we had leather straps to tie the bike in. It was very labor intensive and difficult with a young horse that had to stand quietly for quite some time. I'll show you now exactly how easy it is with a quick hitch. This is a smallish horse, so I'm going to hook her on fourth from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all there is to it. This particular safety hooks onto here. This is just in case something happens, although I have to say in all the years I've been using the quick hitch, we've never had one fail. Also too, I'll show you, this is the trotting hobbles, and it is attached to the race bike back here. Okay. Now this again we experiment with at home to see what suits the horse, what's too tight and what's too loose, and hopefully we've got it right here on race day. This is a filly with her second lifetime start, so hopefully she goes well today.
There were 6 divisions for the PA Stallion Series with the 2-year-old colt pacers, and this race we're going to show you features the son of the very popular PA sire, Sweet Lou.
And they are underway. Love Me Some Lou leaving alertly as the early edge by a length. On the inside, Captain Hill away second. Length and a half back to Character Art. Now on the outside, Southport Beach making progress in the order. Length and a half back to fifth and Trot Deo, followed by Caviar Stetson and Burning Desire at the back of the pack. Right now a 2-length advantage for Love Me Some Lou as the field of 7 around the turn. Love Me Some Lou taking to the quarter-mile marker in 28 3/5. Now they straighten out. The first-time starter Love Me Some Lou with the advantage at 4-5 for Corey Callahan. And just coasting along now by a length and a quarter over Captain Hill. Single file to Character Art third, then another 2 to Trot Deo. Caviar Stetson making his debut 5th there for Marcus Johansson, and further back to Southport Beach and the trailer Burning Desire. And up front, the lead still belonging to Love Me Some Lou, the half 57-1, 28-3. Second panel as quick as the first. Love Me Some Lou by a length. Hip pocket Captain Hill is second. On the outside, it's Caviar Stetson making good progress. A length and a half for Johansson, and also now from the back, Southport Beach launching. He's 4-3 back. On his inside, Character Art is still close to the lead, but no racing room at the moment. Trot Deo 6th, the gap to Burning Desire at the back. Love Me Some Lou, the lead, 3 parts of the length, 3/4, 125 even, 27-4, third panel. Love Me Some Lou quickened on the back stretch, but the lead still just a length. Caviar Stetson outside. Great pocket trip for Captain Hill. Caviar Stetson takes a bad turn. Character Art in the third. Top of the stretch. Callahan asking for more.
Love Me Some Lou, right? And who doesn't? Sweet Lou was the sire of 3 out of the 6 winners on this evening for the PA Stallion Series. The other 3 foals were by the sire, Captain Treacherous, right? So they are amazing sires right now that everybody is having their eye on, and it's their first crop, by the way. Corey Callahan is in the bike for this. Corey wins 3 out of the 6 Stallion Series on this evening. The trainer's Tom Cancellieri, and he won 2 out of the Stallion Series.
We're switching gates now from the pacing gate to the trotting gate. We're staying at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. This is race number 14.
Underway. Gemologist on the inside leaving. A little bit further out, Soho Hanover. Soho Hanover takes the early lead over Gemologist as Volare made an early break. Magic Vacation third, followed by Americana. That's Bill's Lady positioning herself 5th right in front of Skidaway. After that, Lucky Matter, Affair of Honor, and Volare makes the early break of stride and is out of this one. 1. The lead belongs to Soho Hanover as they round the turn, reach the quarter-mile marker, 28 1/5. Soho Hanover moving up the ladder following a sharp win. Gemologist comes out of the pocket for Svanstedt, wants to take that lead away. 2 back to third and Magic Vacation, another 2.5 to fourth, and Americana as Gemologist has now cleared. Back in line fifth there is Bill's Lady, followed by Skidaway coming off a win last time out. Lucky Matter seventh, a Fair of Honor gapped from him, and way back to Volare, the 9-5 favorite, won't get it done tonight. Gemologist at the half in 57-2, 29-1 second panel. Honest Fractions, backstretch now, Gemologist leading it by a length. Still there, close Soho Hanover, Magic Vacation trying to rev up first over for John Kakaley. He's 2 away. Big gap to fourth and Americana. Also on the outside now is Skidaway fifth, still 6 away. Then it's Bill's Lady sixth, going right up the back of her cover, way back to Lucky Matter, and also back there Affair of Honor. Gemologist at 3/4 still on top, 125-2 for the third panel, 28 even as Gemologist has the lead, and Soho Hanover went off stride behind. Magic Vacation a length and a half back, and then way back to Skidaway and Bill's Lady. Top of the stretch, Gemologist just needs to deal with Magic Vacation, who's relentless on the outside. Bill's Lady from far back closing very well here. Gemologist, Magic Vacation taking over late.
Magic Vacation. That name could mean a lot of different things, but for the people that bet this horse, it meant a $26 payoff. Now he wins in 154-2 for trainer Travis Alexander. In the driver's seat was Kakaley. No, bro, not Matt Kakaley. It was John, his dad. John doesn't do a whole lot of driving, but when Papa John does, he shows he can get the job done.
That's right, and we have to take a brief break, but coming up, we'll show you the race of the week from Harrah's, Philadelphia. We will also chat with driver Corey Callahan about what it's like to drive a horse from a different country.
On the outside, Sunfire Blue Chip is into the mix, so too is More Than Better.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this stage, not in this race, not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is harness racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. It's now time for our race of the week from right here at Harrah's, Philadelphia. On Sunday, July 15th, this special horse showed us age is just a number.
They're off. Hunchman gets the first call for the outside from in between horses. Verdad tried to show speed at the inside. Swopportunity is right there too. Outside fourth is Mr. Truth. Then in between horses is Townslight Hanover. Next at the inside is Aratash Hanover. From there is Zozie's Boy Henry. They make their way to the opening quarter fraction. And on the outside, Verdad has taken over the top spot and will cross over and clear in front of Hunchman. Shy of the quarter, 26 flat for that quarter split. And it's Verdad on the front end, leading by a length and a quarter over Hunchman in second, a gap of 2 back to Mr. Truth third. Then comes Swopportunity, who is 9 lengths off the lead fourth. First up in the flow is Townslight Hanover. Following second over covers Artash Hanover. Then comes I Belong With You, and Mr. Truth can see them all as they make their way to the half. Verdad and Joe Bongiorno on top by a length and a quarter. Hunchman in the pocket racing second as they hit the half in 55 1/5 seconds. Up the backstretch they go, and it's Verdad. Verdad still the one, on top by a length and a half over Hunchman in second. Inching closer on the outside, Townslight Hanover and Andrew McCarthy. Aratash Hanover getting a perfect second over trip on the outside, now taking over fourth as Mr. Truth is locked down at the inside. Third over the flow is I Belong With You and Corey Callahan. Then at the inside, Swopportunity. Outside next is Zoe's Boy Henry. 3/4, 1:23-1. Back out of the far turn, Townslight Hanover now takes over the top spot by a half a length. Verdad wavering just a little bit at the inside. Aratash Hanover is yet to make a move, and now will float to the outside for Tony Morgan. Heads are turned for home. Townslight Hanover with the lead. Aratash Hanover trying on the outside. Aratash Hanover and Townslight Hanover as they come down to the finish. It is close.
Put away that rocking chair. Townslight Hanover shows he has still got it at 10 years old. He's still pacing in 151-1. first over. A very applaudable effort for this winner of over $900,000. The owner-trainer of this horse is Aaron Lambert, Andrew McCarthy in the driver's seat, and we want to give a big thank you to Michael Carter, who was our guest announcer for a few races at Harrah's Philadelphia.
Now, believe it or not, we have a Kiwi in this week's show. No, not the fruit. We have a native New Zealander making his American debut right here at Harrah's Philadelphia.
Western Joe and Pat Barry on top by a length and 3/4. Caviar Luca's in the pocket racing second. Then comes Rodeo Romeo in third. Split the House will now edge to the outside for Brett Miller. Sunfire Blue Chip catches that cover. Then comes Outrageous Blue Chip, who slips through at the inside. Outside third over is More Than Better. Then comes Emeritus Maximus, and on the outside is Feeling Cam Lucky as they hit the half in 54 and 3, 28 and 2 in that panel. They sprint up the backstretch, and it's Western Joe. Western Joe is on top by a length and 3/4, now almost 2, as Caviar Lucre continues now, will tighten down in the pocket, Split the House advancing nicely on the outside. Then at the inside is Rodeo Romeo, outside Sunfire Blue Chip, a game second over a trip there as they march on past 3/4, 1:21 and 3, and it's Western Joe who has the lead by a half a length. Split the House on the outside is inching closer, now shoves ahead on top, but these two are matching strides, and it's Western Joe on the inside. On the outside is Split the House, trying to come up the inside is Caviar Luca. On the outside, Sunfire Blue Chip is into the mix, so too is More Than Better. Tight finish coming, Western Joe on the outside, More Than Better, tight for win!
More Than Better looked impressive in his first qualifier here in America, but his first pari-mutuel start, he really wows his connections and the fans. He was 8th at the half-mile pole, ends up winning in 1:49 and 1 for the Ross Croghan stable. In the driver's seat was Corey Callahan, and I got a chance to chat with him about this Down Under Wonder. Corey, More the Better. Oh my goodness, tell me about the race.
Yeah, I mean, everything kind of worked out the way we thought. Croghan told me to just take him off the gate and race him from the end. We got good live cover, and you know, he's a beautiful little horse. Like, he does everything you ask him to do. And when I moved him over, I mean, it's hard to come 26 on this track, especially on the end of 49 in his first lifetime start. So very impressive.
You talked about Ross giving you some instructions. What else do you do to prepare to drive a horse that not only have you never driven, but possibly never even seen a race before?
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, with a horse like that, like I looked at his program, and he showed racing 1 5/8 miles, 2 miles, like it was all, you know, distance. And, you know, here everything's a bit of a 1 mile sprint. So, you know, I kind of just went on what Croghan told me, and, you know, the owner had texted me and called me and told me what a nice horse he was. So I just kind of went with that and, you know, raced him the way he felt.
Tell me about the Stallion Series at Pocono. You had a great weekend. Any one of the horses stand out for you?
Yeah, I mean, all along, you know, I mean, we sit behind tons of 2-year-olds, and, you know, we're just trying to find that one diamond. And the one that I like the best is a colt named Sugar Factory. He's a Sweet Lou of the Cancellaries. You know, from the first time I sat behind him, I was like, wow, like this thing, you know, has gears that some of the other ones don't. So he's in Saturday there at the Meadows. You know, he's going against stakes competition this time. We think he's a stakes colt, but you know what, I couldn't be there on Saturday night, and we wanted to, you know, make sure they got kind of an easy start. So it worked out well, and we'll see what he can do there on Saturday.
If you're tired of watching just the highlights on this week's show and you'd like to see the action live and in person, here's a look at this week's schedule. The Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono has exciting live harness racing Saturday through Tuesdays. Each evening, the post time is at 7 p.m. And at Harrah's Philadelphia, there is Sunday racing with a post time of 12:40. Then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the first race post time is at 12:25. We have to take a brief break, but coming up here on PA Harness Week, we have a blast from the past from 2009, the Little Brown Jug. Plus, we'll show you a record-breaking performance, and we'll tell you what's trending.
Manchego, plunge Blue Chip on the outside, ratchets up some pressure here.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. We now have our Blast from the Past segment. We're taking you back almost a decade to 2009 with the Little Brown Jug.
Down the backside they go. Well said, goes 3 wide on the outside for Ron Pierce. And going after the leader, If I Can Dream. This is the battle we've waited for. 124-2, 27-4. If I Can Dream. Well said on the outside. Racing third, River Sharp. Straight shooting on the outside. If I Can Dream. Well said on the outside. Down the stretch. Well said. If I Can Dream. Well said on the outside. If I Can Dream. Well said!
Well Said wins the second heat, which is also the final of the Little Brown Jug in 151-4 on an off track. You can tell from a very muddy Ron Pierce driving. Speaking of the Hall of Famer, he has another honor that he is being given. He's going to be on the Little Brown Jug Wall of Fame. He has won 4 Little Brown Jugs. Now, Ron's retired, and he's an avid fisherman, an avid hunter, and an all-around sports guy. And you can find him on Facebook. He puts out all, like, he's been in Texas and Montana and even searching for gold in Alaska. All right, so if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, I want Ron Pierce on my side, okay? I've got dibs on Ron Pierce.
For the moments in racing that make our jaws drop and make us say, oh my gosh, well, we have a segment appropriately named OMG. And in this week's OMG race, it's the Del Miller Stakes for the 3-year-old trotting fillies.
27-3, game first over, plunge blue chip on the outside, giving Manchego all she can handle. Manchego plunge blue chip on the outside. With Live, Laugh, Love, Manchego digs in, plunge blue chip lunging late at her. Manchego plunge blue chip, a final surge. Manchego on the inside and plunge blue chip.
This race for me was even more than OMG. It like pretty much had me speechless, which doesn't happen very often. But a plunge blue chip and Manchego, a battle right down to the wire between 2 epic fillies. I thought it was a dead heat, but actually plunge blue chip did win in 149-4, which is the fastest mile in history for a 3-year-old trotter, male or female. Driven, trained by August von Stead, by the way, and I cannot wait until Breeders' Crown in October at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, because I'm sure we'll see these 2 fillies match up again. Charlotte, I want to hear from you. Who's your favorite horse? Are you going to Breeders' Crown? Is there a blast from the past you want to see on the show? You don't have to contact us via snail mail, no. Charlotte, where can they find us?
Well, we're all over social media. You can find us online at HarnessWeek.com. You can find us on Facebook at HarnessWeek, and of course on Twitter at PA Harness Week. We've had another great show. We love showing you all the harness racing happenings from right here in North America and across the world. We'll hope you tune in every week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend.